In Canada, we have parliamentary systems, both federally and in each province. And one of the things that ramped up my interest in election science was the third referendum campaign in British Columbia, where I live. Interestingly, there's a new movement in Prince Edward Island, one of our other provinces, just announced today. So rather than pushing for referendums, the new strategy is to try and get a citizens' assembly. The difference there being that instead of having a vote from everybody in the area on what system they want, they take maybe a few hundred citizens and then teach them everything about it. The problem being that on complex issues, that tends to be where democracy fails. If you have a very complex issue that nobody can understand, it's very easy to insert propaganda or other things like that. So if you want to make a complex decision, you're better off getting a bunch of people together and explaining them the details and then having them make the decision. It's a little bit ironic that they're going around voting to get better voting. That irony is not lost on me, but I think it's a viable strategy, and it will very likely be the path forward, because it's very hard to get a referendum through, because people are basically afraid of what they don't understand, and nobody understands proportional representation. So it's a hard nut to crack. What did happen, I think today or yesterday, was Prince Edward Island had decided to have a citizens' assembly. There was one that was voted on federally, and that passed. But then we had an election, and so everything is kind of back to square one. They'd have to vote on it again. So I don't know whether that's going to happen again federally, but the fact that there's movement in Prince Edward Island is pretty interesting. The next step is deciding which experts get to be there. That's always been my concern about citizens' assemblies, is that you can get any group of people to come to any conclusions if you can control what information they get. So if neither myself nor Jameson Quinn or any of the other experts like maybe Warren or Toby are not involved in that, that's going to be a red flag. There is a very powerful lobby, the same lobby in the States that runs most of the show down there. I'm cautiously optimistic that they're going to let other voices present.